antelope over there. I saw them up from top of the hill. Those are sable antelope. They're the official symbol for the reserve. There's one. Now sable antelope, some neat things about them. They have very long horns that sweep back over their neck. The horns get up around 4 foot long, maybe a little bit longer. The dominant males, mature males, have very dark brown, almost black coats. Females and the mature males are more reddish brown coat. They're one of the more aggressive of the antelope species and have been known to fend off lion attacks. Now you see some darker sable antelopes towards the left-hand side. If you round this curve, look off, you'll see some young sables in the grass. They're very light reddish brown coat or coloration. Look up along the ridge of the hill, you'll see the giraffes up there. Reticulated giraffes, there's one up there and I saw another one back there. I can see its neck sticking up in the palm trees. But reticulated giraffes are the tallest animals on earth. They stand 18 to 20 feet tall as adults. They get their name from a Latin word, reticulata, which means net, and describes their net-like pattern of spots. Looks like two of them up there. There's one just to the left of that one that's out in the open. If we get around this corner, we may get another look at them. But right now, look off to the right-hand side as we round this curve. You'll see some tiny little antelopes out there. They have white bellies, dark stripes on their sides. Those are Thompsons, gazelles, or Tommies. They're tiny, but full-grown. Tommies only weigh about 60 pounds each, but even though they're small, they're one of the fastest animals on the savannah. And they can run at speeds of up to about 50 miles an hour. The large grayish animals out there laying down are white-bearded wildebeest. About 1.5 million wildebeest migrate across the savannah every year. It's one of the largest single-species animal migrations still to occur on the earth today. And the large cattle are called Ankole cattle or Watusi cattle, named for the Watusi people that domesticated them hundreds of years ago. Their horns get up between 5 and 6 feet long, and on the big males, those horns can be over 20 inches in circumference around the base. Now you're going to get a better look at giraffes over here on the left-hand side. Again, a couple up in the ridge, along the ridge. Here's one here in the palm trees. And I'm going to pull up here just a little bit more because there's one out in the open. You can get a good, clear look at it. Now as we pull up here just a little bit more, look off on the right-hand side, you get a good look at the Ankole cattle. And if you look to the left of the Ankole cattle, on the other side of those palm trees, there's a large light brown antelope, and there's another one standing on this cluster of palm trees on the right. These are my favorites. Patterson Zealand, they're beautiful animals. They are the largest antelope species on earth. A full-grown male can stand 6 foot at the shoulder and weigh up to about 2,000 pounds.
Zimmerman, this is Wilson. What is your location? Over.
Near Monkey Point, Wilson, over.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its own. We can't find the mother. I'm afraid torches may be in the reserve.
Roger that, Wilson. We'll let you know if we say anything. Over.
I don't know, hold on. Fast.
Big elephant off to the distance. You look at the elephant, and I'm going to try and get this music tuned in. We don't get the radio out here too often. Here we go. Harambe Radio. Enjoy it while you can. You guys want to sing along, feel free. Another elephant off on the right. A little young one out there. Oh, that's not a good sign. We just lost our radio. And this old bridge doesn't look very good either. But we're going across it anyway. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Leave the right, leave the right, leave the right. That was way too close. We better get out of there. A little earlier, Wilson was talking about the red clay pits, and we're going to go by them in just a moment. And if you look real close, you'll see elephant footprints and tusk marks in the clay. And that's because the elephants come down here and they'll gouge out pieces of the clay and they'll eat it. It provides them with essential minerals they don't get elsewhere in their diet. Elephants over here on the left, check them out. Both male and female African elephants get tusks, and that makes them different from Asian elephants. Elephants are the largest animals in Africa. Big males weigh around 12,000 pounds. Females a little bit less than that. And baby elephants weigh between 200 and 300 pounds when they're born. Mother elephants carry their babies for about 22 months before they're born. And the baby elephants will stay with their mothers for 13 to 15 years. And during that time, mother elephants teach their babies all about elephant etiquette and how to be good members of the herd. A lot of times when you see elephants, you'll see dirt and mud up on their bodies, and they throw the dirt and mud up there to help protect their skin against biting insects in the sunshine. They've actually got very sensitive skin. And those large ears, they can help keep the elephant's body cool. As their body heats up during the daytime, they'll flap their ears back and forth, and the surrounding air cools the blood off in their ears before it goes back into the main part of their body, and that helps keep their bodies cool. The light pink birds in the shallow water and on a tiny island over here on the left are greater flamingos, and they are the lightest pink of the flamingo species. Flamingos get their pink coloration from keratin, which is found in the crustaceans they feed on in shallow water. Little tiny brine shrimp-like organisms. They're filter feeders. They put their heads down in the water, open and close those beaks very rapidly, and that's how they separate out the food particles from the water. White rhino, check these guys out. White rhino are much larger than the black rhinos. Black rhinos go around 3,000 pounds each, but the white rhinos get up to around 5,000 pounds or a little more. Black rhinos have pointy snouts. They're adapted for nibbling and browsing vegetation, but white rhinos, big square snouts and big square lips. They're adapted for grazing out here in the more open grassland of the savannah. Guys, you gotta stay seated when we're moving. The ostrich nest over here on the right hand side. Check it out. I don't see the birds anywhere. Those eggs go about 3 pounds each. Very thick, tough, hard shells on them. That's why the ostriches can lay them right on the surface of the ground like that. And I see something you're going to like. We get up around this curve. There's some cheetahs up on the hillside.
Simbawan, I see you at the junction. I suggest you go west. It will be worth it.
Roger that, Wilson. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on Earth. They can run at speeds between 60 and 70 miles an hour for a very short distance. Their claws are more dog-like than cat-like. They can't retract their claws back into their paws like other cats can. And they hunt during the day by sight, which also makes them different from other cats.
That tree is berries.
Rock outcrops like the one coming to view are called kopjes. That's an Afrikaans word. It means table mountains. And lions like to use the copies for places where they can look for game or remain inactive during the day. And they'll remain inactive for up to 20 hours out of the day, not necessarily sleeping all that time, but just resting up. And then at nighttime, the females, the lionesses, they'll go out and do the hunting to feed the pride. The males very seldom take part in the hunting. They protect the pride territory, but it's the females that hunt to feed the pride. Look over here on the right, those brown antelope with the white face, white rumps, white legs, those are Bontebok. Bontebok were overhunted to the point where they can no longer be found in the wild except for on reserves like this. Another rhino straight ahead of us in that clearing. It's going to be on the right-hand side of the road. If you look off in that clearing, you'll see some light brown antelope, tan antelope with spirally horns. Those are addax. And addax are critically endangered in the wild, not terribly uncommon in captivity. But those horns get up to about 5 feet long. A couple more, 3 more rhinos, it looks like, over here on the right-hand side. And there's a lion asleep up on top of the copy. Looks like 2 of them up there. We get up here a little bit further, see if we can get a decent look at them. There, lioness and male lion behind her. Now lions are nighttime hunters, and their night vision is about 6 times better than that of a human. Okay guys, everyone has to sit down back there now. Everyone's got to sit down, guys.
Yeah, there's the lion. Sleeping.
Some ostriches just ahead of us. Ostriches are the largest birds in the world, and they are flightless. Interesting thing about ostriches, they have the largest eye of any animal that lives on land. Get a much better look at the rhino over here on the right. Also the addax.
There are poachers in the area. Can you help us cut them off?
Roger that, Wilson. Let me tell everyone what's going on. We'll be right there. Over. Guys, Wilson says there's some poachers in the area and he needs a little bit of help. I need you to sit back, hang on tight. We gotta go help out Wilson.
The poachers are heading east. Keep going and you drive them to my patrol. Over.
Roger that, Wilson. We're on the way. Over. Now hang on. These rocks are bumpy. Hey Wilson, I spotted the poacher camp, but it looks like it's empty. I think we're too late. Over.
Oh, not to worry. You drop them right into my patrol.
Glad we could help out, Wilson.
The poachers ran, but they won't get far. We located the mother elephant. Thanks to you, they are now full safe. Asante Sana, everyone.
Caribou Sana, Wilson.
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to its mother.
Unfortunately, chasing the poachers did take us pretty far for scheduled trucks. I'm going to have to drop you off back at the Warden Post. But from there, it's an easy hike back to the village. Now, if you want to see some animals up close, I've got some suggestions for you. There's the Pangani Forest Trail. It's a walking trail right by the exit of the safari. There's some neat stuff out there. Colobus monkeys, a colony of western lowland gorillas, a glass-fronted